You can't make this up, the Denver Broncos just received a massive gift from the New York Giants. This game is shaping up to be anything but a trap. The energy around this team is different, and it's getting even better. There's great news about Dre Greenlaw and the rest of this dominant defense, and even a few surprises out of Kansas City that could tilt the balance in Denver's favor. But before we go any further, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it with your friends, and of course, hit that bell icon so you never miss an update. Now, let's talk about what's really going on here. The Giants just handed the Broncos every bit of motivation they could ask for. It all started when Jonathan Cooper was asked about Jackson Dart. Cooper went out of his way to compliment the guy, talking about his swagger, his confidence, how he plays with fire and energy. It was pure respect. But somehow, the Giants fan base, and even their players, twisted that into fuel for an unnecessary feud. Things exploded on social media last night. Giants fans went wild, and even players like Kayvon Thibodeaux jumped in, talking trash like they're some powerhouse. Let's be real, this is a 4-win team from last season that still hasn't proven a thing. They've got a couple of rookies catching teams off guard, sure, but that's not enough to erase what they've been. This matchup could have been a trap game. The Broncos just came back from a long stretch of travel, from London to Philly, fatigue could have set in. But now? After all that noise from New York? They've turned this into bulletin board material. The Broncos aren't overlooking anyone anymore. The fire's lit, and any chance of a trap game just went straight out the window. And believe it or not, it actually gets worse. After all that noise, Jackson Dart decided to jump in too. He responded, saying how much he appreciated Jonathan Cooper following his touchdown dances. Really? That's the takeaway? Cooper gives him a compliment, and Dart turns it into some kind of flex. It's wild. Let's not forget, Cooper was a monster last season, racking up sacks and setting the tone for Denver's defense. And now, thanks to Dart's response, the Broncos have even more motivation heading into this game. Any chance this could have been a quiet, low-energy matchup? Gone. The Giants just gift-wrapped a reason for Denver to come out swinging. And it still gets crazier. On New York's own flagship station, WFAN, one of their hosts said, "The Broncos haven't done anything yet. I think Jackson Dart is the best quarterback they've faced so far." Let that sink in. We're talking about a quarterback who barely throws the ball, tossing passes to Lil Jordan Humphrey, a guy who couldn't even make Denver's practice squad, and they're saying he's better than Justin Herbert or Daniel Jones? The same Daniel Jones they cut, who left, joined another team, and turned into an MVP-caliber player, kind of like what happened when Saquon Barkley left New York and thrived elsewhere. It's almost delusional. Then one of the Giants beat reporters made it even worse, claiming the entire Giants locker room saw the comments online and are planning to embarrass the Broncos. Seriously? This is a team that didn't even trail in the fourth quarter of either of their 2 losses this season. If not for a questionable leverage call, Denver could easily be tied for first place in the AFC right now. The disrespect is unreal, and it's only fueling the fire in Denver. Even Brian Daboll, the Giants head coach, a man clearly feeling the pressure as his season spirals, tried to calm things down, saying he's ignoring the chatter and just focused on playing well Sunday. But let's be real, if the Giants keep sliding, his time in New York is running out fast. It didn't stop there, things kept escalating. Linebacker Abdul Carter, now questionable for the game with a hamstring injury, jumped into the drama too. He boldly declared, "Everything will be settled on Sunday." That's when it became clear, the Giants had officially turned a routine matchup into a battle of pride. What was supposed to be just another winnable game for Denver suddenly became a statement game. The Giants' trash talk completely erased any risk of the Broncos taking this one lightly. They've fired up a team that was already finding its rhythm, and now, they've awakened something even more dangerous. It got so intense that Broncos linebacker Nik Bonitto couldn't stay silent. He posted a tweet, later deleted, saying, "I've never seen such a delusional fan base in my life." The chaos on social media was unreal. Giants fans were losing it, players were fueling it, and all of it stemmed from one innocent compliment that spiraled into a full-on rivalry. Then, things got even spicier. A Giants fan reportedly messaged Bonitto directly, mentioning his deleted post. Bonitto's response? "Pure fire, BTA, belts to ass, on Sunday. We're going to humble these clowns. All that fake swagger. It ends this week." That's the kind of energy Broncos country loves to see. And of course, Giants fans tried to clap back, questioning who Nik Bonitto even is. Well, here's who he is, one of the top contenders for Defensive Player of the Year, recently named AFC Defensive Player of the Week. The week before that? It was Jonathan Cooper who took that same honor. And anchoring it all is Patrick Surtain II, arguably the best cornerback in football right now. The Giants clearly have no idea what they've stirred up in Denver. They've ignited a fire inside this locker room that's only going to burn hotter by Sunday. And as Troy Rink pointed out perfectly, all that swagger and showmanship from Jackson Dart? It might look cool on camera, but against this Broncos defense, it's about to meet reality. Kayvon Thibodeaux reminds me a lot of Drew Lock, that early burst of confidence when things are new, the swagger before defenses really know how to game plan for you. It's the same story every time. You catch teams off guard for a few weeks, run some simple sets, and it works, until the league figures you out. And when that happens, it happens fast. That's exactly what's coming now. Defensive coordinator Vance Joseph has had a full week, fueled by bulletin board material, to build a game plan designed to expose every weakness. And knowing this Broncos defense? They're about to unleash something special. It's incredible how a simple compliment from Jonathan Cooper turned into all this chaos. What started as respect has now become the ultimate motivation. And honestly, it couldn't have worked out better for Denver. But the energy doesn't stop there. This week, Mile High is about to witness something truly unforgettable, the largest gathering of former Broncos alumni ever recorded. Around 40 former teammates of the late, great Demaryius Thomas will be in attendance, including much of the legendary no-fly zone defense. Peyton Manning himself will be there. The crowd is going to be electric. Broncos country is fired up, united, and ready to make this one of the loudest nights we've ever heard at Mile High. Fans haven't forgotten the disrespect from New York, and they're ready to remind everyone what this stadium feels like when it comes alive. And you know who's going to feel it the most? Courtland Sutton, a player who learned and grew under Demaryius Thomas. With the team honoring DT's memory, don't be surprised if Sutton delivers a performance straight from the heart, the kind of game that feels like a tribute to one of the greatest to ever wear orange and blue. And here's more good news, this defense, already ready to suffocate Jackson Dart and Lil Jordan Humphrey, just got even stronger. Dre Greenlaw practiced all week and is trending toward being available on Sunday. There's growing buzz that he could finally suit up for the first time this season, and if he does, that's another massive boost for this already dangerous Broncos defense. And speaking of Dre Greenlaw, it's looking more and more like he's finally going to suit up, at least on a limited basis. The strongest hint came when the Broncos waived Sam Ehlinger this week. He'll likely return to the practice squad and remain the team's QB3, but that roster move opened a spot, and every sign points to Greenlaw taking it. This is massive. Defensive coordinator Vance Joseph couldn't have put it better. When asked about Greenlaw's impact, he said flat out, "This defense will be noticeably different with him out there. You'll feel him." Then he paused, looked straight at the camera, and repeated, "Everyone will feel him." That's the kind of intensity Denver's defense thrives on, physical, disciplined, and hungry. So Jackson Dart, good luck. Running anywhere near Dre Greenlaw is a dangerous idea. He's built to punish anyone who tries. And while the Broncos' defense is getting stronger, the Giants are facing the opposite problem. Reports suggest Kayvon Thibodeaux may not play, and even if he does, he's battling a hamstring injury. That's brutal news for a defense already struggling to stop the run. The numbers tell the story. New York is giving up 6.1 yards per carry, one of the worst marks in the league. We saw what happened when the Eagles tried to exploit that. They dominated early on the ground but got away from it too soon. The Broncos won't make that mistake. Expect a heavy dose of J.K. Dobbins, who's been thriving in man-blocking schemes. Nearly 60% of his yardage this season has come that way. And don't be surprised to see R.J. Harvey get even more involved. With this offensive line opening lanes and the Giants' front seven banged up, Denver's ground game could absolutely take over this matchup. The balance of power is shifting, and with Greenlaw's return, the Broncos' defense and run game could be the exact 1-2 punch that buries the Giants on Sunday. Even the so-called weak spots on this Broncos defense are stronger than what most teams can dream of. Get this, opposing quarterbacks targeting Riley Moss have completed just 44% of their passes. That's lockdown football. So, if Patrick Surtain II is shadowing Lil Jordan Humphrey, and Moss is lined up against the Giants' fourth-string receivers, good luck, Jackson Dart. Playing in Mile High is already brutal for visiting quarterbacks. This week, it's about to feel impossible. Sean Payton and Vance Joseph are ready to unleash absolute chaos on Dart, and here's the scary part, they don't even have to blitz to do it. The Broncos have racked up 30 sacks so far, sitting 10 ahead of the next closest team, and yet they're only blitzing on about 31% of snaps, just barely above league average. That means this defense is winning straight up, with pure talent, speed, and relentless energy. And this week, they won't need to bring extra heat. The front four alone might be enough to end this game early. So, thank you, Giants Nation, sincerely. You woke up the wrong team. You stirred the hornet's nest. You pounded on a door you never wanted to open, and that door leads straight into Denver's fire. Because when the Broncos take that field this Sunday, it's not just another game. It's a statement. It's a warning. And it's going to be a reminder to the entire league, don't ever doubt Broncos country. Denver's about to make a statement win, and then it's on to the Cowboys. Broncos country, we've got a ton to believe in. Ball. Don't lie. American football fire.